Hello there, everyone. My name is Tim Tweedy. I'm the principal of the middle high school here in Holton. I am pleased to be joined by our district's director of nursing, Miss Holly Hodgkins. We want to get some information out to the community, to parents, students, and beyond about pool testing. Pool testing is something that is not necessarily a new concept overall, but it's a new concept here to us as it's something we've just begun recently and have been set up for. So Holly, first, thank you for joining me to try to help get some information out on this. Can you provide some information, just a general overview of what pool testing is?
Yeah, so pool testing is a way to test large numbers of people without using a lot of supplies. So when we pool test our students, we divide them into groups, and of course, it's only those that have permission of no more than 25 students. And that pool all swabs their nose, and this happens once a week. They do both nostrils, and all of those swabs, and the swabs are little. I have one right here I can hold up. That's the size of the swab, and all of those swabs go in one test tube. That test tube is sent away for a PCR test. And we get those results back in about 24 to 48 hours. And if that pool comes back positive, then we know that there's one person at least in that pool that is positive for COVID. So at that time, the nurse responsible for those students does a rapid test on everyone in the pool to find out who the positive person is in the pool.
So I think the benefits to a school district are obvious because what it would do is allow us to be able to catch the positive case prior to a larger viral load. But there are benefits to the person participating in pool testing as well. Can you talk about what some of those benefits are beyond just catching COVID early?
Yes, because if you are participating in pool testing, we know that every time you're tested that you're negative. So we're getting those results on a weekly basis. So if you're participating and you are a close contact to a positive case, you can continue coming to school. You do not have to quarantine from school. You can come to school, and you can also continue to do school-based activities. The one thing that you do have to quarantine from is community activities. It only applies to your school day and your school activities.
Is that a local decision that was made, Holly, or is there something that we can share that explains why that's taking place?
No, that is actually made at our state level. The CDC has set forth those guidelines for our schools. It's because we know if we are doing the testing in this controlled environment, we know that those students in the pool are negative on that weekly basis, but we can't control what happens in our community. So that's why it's just school-based.
So if I understand you correctly, if I'm participating in pool testing, but I'm unvaccinated, and my pool comes back negative, or even if it comes back positive, and then they test everybody with a rapid test individually, and my personal test comes back negative, I can stay in school and I can keep participating in extracurricular activities?
That is correct.
Okay.
And it's a school-wide too. If your pool comes back positive, and we find out who that positive person is, we still do contact tracing just like we would for any positive case in the school. And you may have somebody that wasn't in that pool but is testing at a different pool. And if they were negative in their pool and they're a close contact to that positive, then they still can remain at school as well.
Now, you just showed us what that swab looks like. Can you just talk again one more time for parents that are concerned about, well, my child's little and I don't want the big long thing or whatever. There's, some people aren't comfortable with that. Can you talk one more time about what that process looks like?
Yeah, it's actually pretty simple. That, like you can see, the swab is pretty small, and it doesn't have to go way up in your nose. It actually, I can put it in mine. It actually, you just put it in your nose till you feel resistance, and then you go around 4 times. You put it in the other side, and you'll go around 4 times, and then it goes in the test tube, and that's all there is to it. We started this process this week, and we had a successful week with it. Our students received it well. We did it from students age 4 in pre-K all the way up to grade 12. Even the little ones were able to swab their own nose. The website of the company that we go through actually says if you can pick your nose, you can do this test, and it's exactly true. It's not painful. That students just put the swab in far enough to feel resistance, and then do those swabs around. So it's pretty easy.
And we did in fact have some students who are not vaccinated who were able to stay in school because we began pool testing this week and they had signed up and participated, and students who were able to continue with extracurricular activities. So we've already seen in some small cases the positive benefits of participation in pool testing.
Yes.
Holly, what about for folks that are vaccinated? Are there any benefits to them participating in pool testing? And this could apply to staff members or students.
Yes, definitely. I would encourage those that are vaccinated to do the pool testing. We are finding that vaccinated people, as a lot of you know already, are testing positive. They may not show symptoms, so this is a way to catch those asymptomatic people that are positive. And we all know too that they can still spread the virus, so you are catching it in those situations. And then for our staff members or other students, if you are a close contact to a positive and you're vaccinated, you still need to monitor for symptoms and test in 3 to 5 days if you've been in contact with somebody. So if you are doing pool testing, it takes away the need to do that. There may still be situations that you would want to go have another test, but if you're doing pool testing, you know on that weekly basis that you're negative as well.
So for any parents that are out there watching this video and they decide, I wasn't really sure, so I did not sign up, but I'm now possibly interested, how can they go about signing up for this?
We have actually put the initial letter that for parents to sign up on the school website. So if you go to rsu29.org, that letter is there and those links are live. So if your student is under the age of 18, you would click on that link, and then there are specific codes for each school. So you want to pick the code that your student attends, that school code. If your child is over 18 and you want to sign them up, there's a different link for 18 and over. So you would pick that one, but the codes are still the same. If there's any difficulty with doing that and you need a paper version, you can contact me and I can get a paper version to you as well.
All right. Probably lots of great information. It's a very quick process. You explained recently at a meeting that it takes about 1 minute. It's done privately as well with kids. And it's one of the best tools we have for keeping students in school. That's our number one priority. We know people have different opinions on how and what's going on with COVID. That's our sole function here, our purpose is to keep as many kids in school as possible and to keep them involved in activities that we know they miss so much. And this is one of the best ways to do it. So I appreciate you coming and helping provide some information.
You're welcome.
We'll get this out to everybody. Thank you.